Hello everyone and welcome back to Don't Starve. As you can see, we've set up a bit more in our base. We currently have a chest and also a single science machine. One thing we want to do today is day 7. We want to explore this area a bit. There is some nice green areas here with a lot of food, which we want to have to take a look at. And also we're missing a couple of biomes that we still haven't found. For example, the autumn biome with the birch nut trees. It should be somewhere, I don't know where, but we're going to look for it. So yeah, let's start. We've got not a lot of food with us, so if we find any food along the way, we're going to grab it. And here's a tree guard walking around again. Let's have a look. There is some nice grass here, which I'm just going to grab because I'm running a bit low. And also I see here some sticks, which we could always use, especially because maybe we want to walk around at night as well, and then we want to have some torches, which will need grass and sticks to be made. There are a lot of flowers here, as I said before. I'm not going to pick those. I think it's not worth it, especially because they spawn butterflies, and butterflies are worth more than a couple of flowers. So besides looking for food, we're also scouting for additional resources. See if we can find a bit more stone. We are currently not doing bad on stone, but I'd rather like, I think, a bit more than not enough. We're going to grab this red cap mushroom, and the single status is that your health is going down, but you are getting 12.5 hunger, which isn't great. But I'm also going to cook that over a fireplace and see what changes to the stats are made. I can see there is another part of a biome right here to the southwest, as you can see here on the map. There are unfortunately just some empty berry bushes. But just let's keep going. I see a carrot here and a berry bush over there, which is really nice. Then we're going to look further. I'm not going to capture these butterflies because I unfortunately are not very skilled at that. And I rather let them live than trying to kill them and waste a lot of time, because we need every time exploring this vast land. There is a nice grass biome here. Maybe there are muffalos, which I really hope for, since those will provide me with some poo, who is very useful in farming. I see there are a couple of different biomes here as well. Also another grassland with quite a bit of food, which I'm just going to grab because we're going to be needing it. Let's switch out these pine cones. Don't want to drop them. Let's plant them. In the future I want to keep those with me and plant them near our base, so we can actually make a food supply for ourselves. Do not want to do that at this moment, especially because Tree Guard is walking around there, and we do not want to anger Tree Guard and let him ruin our base. But for now this will do. Let's have a look. There is another piece of grass biome. I don't think these two are connected. So let's have a look at it. As you can see, there is another piece of land over here, which is really nice to know. This is quite a big one, I think. Let's hopefully find some muffalos. I really need those resources they give us. Also, one thing to know is that we can make a razor for shaving our own beard, but also if the muffalos are asleep, you can build a campfire next to them and they won't wake up. And you can then shave them. Oh, nice, there's a touchstone here. Very good to know. Once we die, we can go to this touchstone and be revived. But I was saying about the muffalos. If you shave them at night while they're sleeping, you can actually get their wool, and the wool's very handy to make a muffalo hat, which will keep you incredibly warm in the winter. But for now, let's just follow this path. I'm just going to eat these seeds because we do not really need them at the moment. Oh, great. Here are... well, it's a single one of them, but at least it's one poop source. But let's keep going and see where we end up, and to see whether we can find a bit more of those muffalos. This is actually quite a big biome, to be honest. As you can see here, it went all the way from over here to over here, which is nice to know. You do not want to settle near the muffalos though, because they can get really angry at spring, though they give you some protection against the hounds, which will arrive almost any minute now. You will hear them coming because they make a very scratchy barking sound, but also your character will give you notice by saying I hear wolves coming. But before that we actually want to be a bit more prepared. We don't have any proper weapons now. Oh, here there are more. Oh, they got beefalo. I'm sorry, I was confused with similar looking animals in RimWorld. So these beefalo, it's good to know where they are. They're a bit far from home, so I'm actually hoping to find a wormhole that will bring us a bit more closer to our base, so we don't have to walk this entire end every time we want to get either some manure or we want to get their wool. But for now this will do. Let's quickly make a torch because I don't see any. We're going to eat this one. Our sanity is actually doing fine, but they are going bad. Which isn't something we want because they are precious resources that we do not want to go to waste. Here's again the sea, so we know the end of the biome is here. There might be some bits over here, and as you can see there is another part of this biome is over here. And I'm guessing it'll branch off a bit here to the north. Or it might actually be an entire different biome as well, but we'll see. Let's quickly make some torches. One, and I want a second one, and I can hold it. I'm going to hold my pickaxe for now. I said I want to hold my pickaxe. Up. So we're going to swap for the pickaxe the moment night will fall. This little weird patch of green here in the middle is something I can either drop or eat. Oh, there actually are bees over here, as I saw just before it went dark. We can drop the night, and we do not really need it at the moment, and it's a waste to be carrying around. Is there anything? We want a rope. We want everything. Let's eat these berries. Let's grab the niter again. Go to the north a bit and see where we actually can find this other piece of grass biome. I think this is the connection between those two. And let's just keep walking south and see what we find. Still on the lookout for that autumn biome, also because there is glomma, which is it looks like a piece of jelly flying around. Oh, good to know that we've got another stone biome that is, as far as I can see and hear, not filled with tall birds. Our first torch ran out, which is fine. We got a second one, so we do not have to worry about it. Let's just keep running. There is another piece of grass biome over here, so the stone biome is sandwiched between two pieces of grass biome, or it might actually be the same biome if it loops around the stone biome. As I was saying, glomma is a flying piece of jelly which also will poop out jelly, but when you are close to glomma you will get a mood buff, which is great. We're actually doing quite okay on hunger. It's not amazing, but it will do for the moment. Here we've got another more darker green area, which is not really filled with a lot of trees, to be honest. And you can see another grass biome over here. The south is really filled with grass biomes, guys. It's unbelievable. More bunnies. I'm not actually tempting to put up any of those bunny traps over here, since it takes a long while for us to get here, and it isn't really necessary because every time a trap will spring and capture a rabbit, we will be at our base, and it doesn't really make sense to place any traps here. Grabbing some more grass because I want to have my stack of food full again. We've got only 6% left on the last torch, so we actually did really well. There are some tracks here. As said before, I'm not going to run after the animal that actually creates these tracks because it can be either very good or very bad, and I'd rather not risk it. So let's just keep exploring for a moment and see whether we can actually find that one missing biome. As all I can recall, it's just one missing. We might even miss the desert, but I'm not entirely sure whether each map spawns a desert. I'm very hungry, so I'm going to eat this carrot, even though it's a bit wasteful, since cooked carrots give you a bit more health not necessarily hunger. And we do not need the health at the moment, but overall it's a bit wasteful to eat uncooked food, since cooked food will give you more benefits. There's another piece of, well, actually a continuation of this grass biome over here. I really hoped that we would find anything else. Where are we? Oh, there's actually a... Well, I didn't see that. There's this very small piece of stone here. Got Talbot as well, but we've got this unexplored wormhole, which I might want to visit in the near future to see where it leads us, because it would mean that we could use this wormhole, even though this distance isn't very long. But maybe that wormhole will bring us much further to the north, which will take us a very long time to walk to. I don't know. We're going to have a look at it in the future. Currently day 8. Autumn is... the next season is 13 days away, which will probably be spring or winter only. So I think we might even have only autumn and winter by the looks of it. Got some nice freshly green area and another road, which I'm just going to follow because I want to explore more where the biomes are located than explore the edges of the map. So let's just follow this road and see where it brings us. Some more lumpy trees. It's quite unfortunate. I really had hoped that my food will sustain me a bit more longer than it's currently doing. But this is a nice wooden area. If we have to chop down any trees, we definitely either want to do it here or not, since tree guard can easily spawn over here. And neither of these lumpy trees, not one of these lumpy trees, will give us a pine cone. So therefore we cannot really replant any of the trees that we cut down. So tree guard, if he awakes and gets after us, there is no way we can shake him off. Only way to shake him off actually is by cutting down more trees, getting him more angry. Actually a level 3 nest over here, which I do not want to mess with. So I'm going to walk around it very much. This would be a great place to build a base if you were Webber, which is a spider character who can actually... Spiders are friendly to him, but friendly... Walk all over it. Yes, I managed fine. But other characters such as pigs and bunnies are hostile against Webber, which is a interesting trade-off you have to make. And actually I'm full on flint. It's okay. There is actually the edge of the map here. Follow this and see if there's actually more to the north of this biome. Lots of really very nice boulders. A lot of those have gold veins, which can really come in handy in the future if we're needing some gold. We know where to search for it. Also, there is quite a bit of ice here from glaciers, which we can mine in the future. When we have a fridge, we can actually keep the ice for longer than would be if we put it in our inventory. Oh, we're going to drop these steel caps because they only give us -1 health, but none of the sanity benefits anymore, unfortunately. Oh, we're actually picking up flint. Well, let's not do that. Oh, and our Talbot's here as well, so let's try to avoid those again. I'm not going to be running out of any resources I get from Talbots, though I do not know what kind of resources I can get from Talbots, but that's interesting. Here is the edge of the biome. There are again footsteps here. Not that I wish to search for what caused those tracks to appear. We're again in the same lumpy tree biome that we were before, but this time we're just walking above the road. And hopefully there's also a different biome to the north of here, which I actually do expect. Yeah, I was right. And these are the killer beehives. We want to avoid them at all costs. We do not want to have a bunch of killer bees behind us. There are quite a lot of them, so I might imagine that we spawn a bunch. Oh, there goes my health. Crap. And they spawn if you walk at any distance from them, but they are easily distracted and will go another way. But still, it's not nice to have those running after you. We did lose them, so I'm actually going to make... I think I heard the hounds. But I'm not sure, and I didn't get a message from Wilson either. I'm hoping I'm wrong. And otherwise I'm just going to be near spiders or pigs or any other... Yes, I think I heard them. Let's quickly make a grass suit and equip it. Oh, we have to lose our backpack. That's not nice. Well, let's go somewhere. And we need also a... Oh, we cannot make a spear. We need a science machine. Well, that means backing them with a... either a pickaxe or an axe. Neither of them is ideal. Running around. I really don't like this. I should have thought about this earlier, unfortunately. Let's just keep running. I do not know where they're coming from. And this is really scary because the only thing I've got... Yeah, here you can see the warning from Wilson. Do you hear that? Well, I do hear that, Wilson. Thank you for your enthusiasm that the wolves are coming closer. But it's a bit of a warning. I rather would have liked to know this a bit more in advance. So I could prepare myself a bit better. But still, a warning is a warning. And I hear them after me. Fortunately for me, as long as I keep running and don't bump into stuff, the animation for attacking is so slow that as long as I keep running, I can outrun them and search for a place to actually attack them properly or find other creatures to help me get rid of those wolves. That means that I have to get somewhere, as far as I can hear here. Yeah, they are behind me and it isn't great. But let's keep running. Also running on the road will help me a bit. Let's also eat something because we do not want to die of starvation. And let's keep going and hopefully find other characters. We might have lost them. Did we lose them? We have outrun to hounds. It's not something I recommend anytime. I'd rather recommend actually attacking them and beating them. But luckily for us, since we are not really prepared for them, we were able to outrun them. Maybe they are still after us. I do not know that. I will only see that in a couple of minutes. But still, we have survived a day longer, which is great. More lumpy trees, more lumpy tree biomes. Actually grab those berries that I saw over here. There is also a couple of over here because I only have 3 carrots left and I'd rather have some with me. We don't have a lot of poop, unfortunately. I think a farm costs already 3 poop. Which isn't great, because I'd rather have some more, because I want to build some farms. And it's odd to see a bunny burrow or rabbit hole in the middle of this luscious green biome. More likely see them in grass biomes, but that's completely fine. Oh, there are carrots over there. This scripted carrot. I'm sorry, bunny, I'm going to take your food. Not that I can actually see them eating it, but... I'm sorry in advance. I think this ends here. Yeah, it does end here. So let's walk back a bit and turn around here and explore this last spot that's over here in the hopes of finding a bit more good stuff. And otherwise we're a bit unlucky with the generation, with how this map was created. But it's fine. We'll survive, hopefully. But it's the whole point of the game. Avoid these killer bees while we can. If we can. Oh crap. Yeah, I do not like going north of here. Unfortunately for me, there isn't a lot I need over there except the clockworks that we quickly passed because I do not want to get into a fight with them. But we passed them when the ducks ran after us. I could see that by the marble flooring that was underneath their place. And we are really hurt. Stop it, killer bees. Let's walk around them with a big loop. We exited the bees biome soon because I do not want to deal with this any longer. Okay, let's keep going, guys, and see what brings where this part of the biome brings us. I hope to someplace good with a lot of resources, but yeah, I'm doubting it. Let's grab these berries as well. Oh, we really got to eat something. We almost were starving. I think this will lead us back to here, which is not bad, but isn't great either. Carrot. And this carrot as well. And I think we're back to where we began almost. I'm going to leave the berry bush, by the way. I do not need a lot more food, and grabbing it and letting it spoil is only wasting food, which I do not want to do. So there's this whole part in the middle that I haven't explored yet. I'm quickly going to run through it and see where we end up, and going back almost immediately. You know what? Let's actually explore that the wormhole that's a bit more to the east of here and see where that ends up. Maybe it brings to some revenue, which would be great. I think there's a talbot over here I do not want to mess with. Oh, there's actually a walrus camp over here. There's also something I do not want to mess with in the winter. Is it on this side? It's on the other side. And hopefully it doesn't drain my sanity too much, but also I've got to do some bit of prototyping at the base. For example, I want to have that spear with me. And where am I? I am in a stone biome. I actually jumped this, which is a fairly great jump, to be honest. But yeah, not great enough to actually be using this very often, especially because it brings us smack bam in the middle of Talbot territory, which I'd rather avoid. And as you can see, Mrs. Talbot was really close to me over here. So I don't think I'm going to be using this one often, as only I think for collecting rocks if I need a large amount of it. But that means that I could also go a bit more to the south where there's also a rock biome. But first let's go home, or to our base, and I need to go the other way. I'm really not good at navigating, guys, I'm sorry. But let's go to the base and make some food for ourselves with the berries and the carrots that we've got. But also prototype a spear for it if we're going to encounter hounds anytime in the future, that we're not stuck with just our swing, our axe or our pickaxe. Where is our base? Oh, it's a bit more north. That's fine, that's fine. I thought it was here because of the blue wormhole, but I also knew that it would be a dark green area that I would look for. I think there might be some biomes here, but let's look at that when we're at the campfire, safe and sound. I do have some wood, which is great. And there are some green shrooms, which I'm going to pick because I need the health that it gives me. Let's just quickly swap and let's get here. I'll throw some wood on the fire so we can cook. Okay, let's see. Green cap is currently 12 enough hunger and minus 20 health, but cooked it will give me minus 10 sanity but 1 health, so actually a cooked red cap is absolutely worthless unless you want to drop your sanity, which is a strategy people use, especially a bit more late game when they are a bit more experienced using their weapons, so they actually can kill the nightmare creatures. Because if you need to farm nightmare fuel, which they drop once they're killed, you definitely want to be insane as soon as you can, but also you want to have some good green caps on hand, so you can actually become sane once you've got enough fuel. Let's quickly make this. This will be fine for now. Let's also cook the carrots, so we've got everything cooked that we've got. What do I need for the science machine? I need a bit more wood. That's what I was going for. Well, didn't get that. Like the one thing I needed, I didn't get. That's fine. Let's quickly drop the single fire dart in here. We do not need that. The electrical doodads. We do not need that rope that we've got on us. No cutstone. We can leave the gold here as well. We do not really need it. Oh, it's a full moon. It's actually quite nice. Let's go running around and grab some wood for ourselves. Do not want to cut this in case the tree god comes up. Let's go to the north over here. Over here, there's some nice wooden area that I can cut down some. What is this? A mushroom tree? Actually a mushroom tree here at full moon. Well, and a blue mushroom tree. Those are probably spawning from the caves. Oh, I did actually get up. I actually got enough food with me. Let's grab our axe real quick and chop these trees down because they're too very nice. Are you? You're wondering, maybe it's a blue cap. So I'm wondering if it's a blue cap. I just will chop it down. Let's equip this. This is it's indeed a blue mushroom tree. Let's. Oh, let me get you. Don't despawn yet. Oh, luckily, got some blue mushrooms. Yeah, I think I'm going to end this here for a moment. Don't forget to comment if you have any comments about either the gameplay, the audio, or the video quality. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I see you guys next time.